Happy holidays, everyone. This is Jeff Sintel at DawgNation, wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas and a happy holiday season. This is the time when everybody gets a lot of gifts under the tree. We got one special DawgNation Conversation gift under the tree for you guys right now. That's DawgNation. We had an extended conversation with former Georgia quarterback Jake Fromm. We talked about a lot of things. His best memories of Kirby Smart, his best memories of the Georgia seniors. What's it like for him right now being a COVID quarterback as the number 3 quarterback for the Buffalo Bills? What's his first year in the NFL been like for the former Georgia gunslinger? We've got it all in a special extended conversation. You want to know what's up with Jake Fromm? Take a listen as we have a DawgNation conversation with number 11.
So, Jake, I guess we got a lot to cover. The first thing I want to cover is, hey, you're an NFL quarterback. Definitely not the quarterback you dreamed it would be. I've read a bunch of stories. You kind of feel like the COVID quarterback is like the isolated quarterback. It's much worse than a red jersey. What's that like being the COVID quarterback and a typical week for you?
Yeah. First off, it's a huge blessing to be here. And it's been a childhood dream of mine to be an NFL quarterback. And super thankful to be here. It's been awesome. It's definitely been a little bit different than I expected. But it's been awesome. The guys have been awesome. Just learning new football, learning how this league works. It's just been incredible. But definitely been a little bit kind of isolated at times. But that's part of it. That's my role. That's my job right now, and I'm gonna try to do it to the best of my abilities.
I think I've heard your day kind of ends at 3 or 2 on some days when you got work, and then the rest of the day is wide open. You have to be isolated from the team. Like what is that like a typical week? I mean, I remember Georgia used to throw a ton of balls a day, especially when you got there early. How many balls are you throwing a day? I'd imagine the arm feels pretty ripe right now.
Yeah. Arm does feel pretty good. I'm actually trying to, just kind of add, in some more balls, just to get my pitch count up there, just to treat it like a normal season. So, just trying to do everything I can to keep it as normal as possible, kind of in these weird times. But, just trying to really just do the best I can and try to stay as ready as I can.
How many people do you see, or I guess you're around everybody, but it's 6 feet away or 10 feet away? What's that like? I mean, is it, a lot of the stories I've read makes it feel like you're kind of just way out in left field. I mean, like, is that the reality that you're watching practice from 20 feet out?
Yeah. I mean, it's yes and no. I'm still going in the locker room, to get changed and do certain things. But, it's just, it's a physical distance, me and you, we can have a conversation at 10 feet away, but the conversation would probably be a little bit more intimate, a little bit better, 2 to 3 feet away, and it's just, it is what it is, as far as like the football aspect of it, during walkthroughs, I am a lot farther away at practice. The rest of the team will go out there. I'll go in the weight room and lift, and then I'll come out there about halfway, 3/4 of the way through, and watch the team period, stay away, and then I'll stay after and do my practice and stay a little bit later. So I mean it's different, but I'm trying to do the best I can with with the role I'm in and trying to be as ready as I can be.
Have you ever had an acclimation where, like, this is the speed of the game, this is the NFL, this is another level? Have you had that chance? I know you didn't get a preseason games, didn't get a lot of fall camp, I think. Have you ever had a chance to just see what the NFL is like yet? And just
Yeah. We had a lot of scrimmage opportunities, to go out and play, and you'd get your series and get your reps. But, not having the preseason games, was definitely kind of a bummer, and for a lot of guys, everybody wants the opportunity to go out and play. That's what we love to do. We love to go out and play. Not having those games, was kind of a bummer, but, I've definitely had, reps and scrimmage reps to be able to say, hey, I can play this level and play, up to speed.
What is it like on a game day? Are you like in the hotel or in a meeting room, like a relief pitcher or something like that? I know you travel with the team. What's that like?
Yeah. So Sundays are by far my favorite days. Obviously it's everyone's favorite day. It's game day. But it's the one day I get to be, quote unquote normal. So I get to be on the sideline, and, just kind of be normal, helping on the sideline, just trying to, see certain things. And I can kind of be around the guys. I can be closer and be a lot more intimate. It's just, game days are a lot more fun for me, and I love it.
When was the last time you got to go home? I guess you couldn't get to go home, right? I mean,
no, I don't know. I hadn't seen mom or dad since I left, I think in July. So it's been a while. Mom says she misses me a little bit. So it'd be nice to see her again soon.
Jake, I got some questions from some fans I'm going to mix in here. I know they must think like you. They want to know what's better, the deer hunting in Western New York or South Georgia. What's better here, man? Can you? I know you're a guy that plays it very politically and down the fence, but like, where's the better, bigger deer at, man?
I'm gonna keep it, pretty down the middle. I'm gonna say, I think the opportunities to kill big deer in both places are great. Now, I will say up here in New York, I have seen a lot more deer moving, a lot more bucks. And just the ability to see a lot more deer. I think, because it's a little bit colder up here, they have to feed more, and they're on their feet a little bit more. So I will say I have seen a lot more deer up here than I would, say back home.
Jake, I think it's different for you. A lot of players I talked to, their goal was to buy mom and dad a big, huge house. For you, I mean, we're all human. Was there anything with your contract, your first contract that you got that was like, this is what I lifted all those weights for. This is what I went through all those film sessions with Coach Lassiter for. Was there any one of those that was just, all right, man, I'm in the NFL now. This one's for me.
Yeah. There was I'd say there's a couple like little things, but I would say, the big thing for me is I'm kind of like, still saving up for it. I want to be able to, just have a big family farm one day, have a couple 100 acres and be able to go out and, hunt deer, shoot ducks, spend time with the family. So I'm still saving up for that one, in prime location. If there's anybody out there that has a good spot, let me know. But that's kind of what I'm working forward to. And, we'll see one day.
Going to have a big duck hole on it. What are you going to do about that?
We'll see. So it'll be pretty fun. So me and Dad are actually kind of getting kind of into fixing those things up, starting to buy some equipment. So we're getting ready for it.
Jake, I guess what's your, you used to be that guy that was playing, and all the older players, the older Bulldogs would come through. Maybe you'd see them call the dogs. You'd see them on the sidelines. What's your interaction with Georgia football now? Are you watching them on the TV on Saturdays? Are you rooting hard? What's that like for you?
Oh yeah, man. It's fun watching those guys play. Just because, just the relationships I have with some of the guys. They're still on the team. It's fun watching them play. It's fun watching, kind of thinking, through. All right, hey, what will we do here in this situation? And you see it happen. On Saturday. So that's always fun. And definitely watching whenever I can. Talked to a little bit of the quarterbacks a little bit kind of early in the year, and just kind of took hands off and let them do their thing kind of here lately. But it's been fun. Been fun watching them, and I'm super proud of them.
So I guess, did you have a message of support a lot to Stetson? What was that like?
Yeah, just trying to help Stetson out. Talking about week to week preparation, and it was fun watching those guys play, and watching all those guys play. All those guys had things to do and do well, and proud to see where they've taken the team this year.
Is the offense to you, your expert eye, does it look different? Does it look more wide open? What does it look like to you?
Yeah, for me, I guess just watching it, you're always going to see, a lot of the kind of similarities. It's just ingrained into the Georgia brand of football. But you definitely see some different things, in the run game and in the pass game. So there's a lot of different things, but you still see those same core Georgia brand, kind of schemes and passing concepts that that just makes Georgia.
Jake, I initially reached out to you because I wanted to get your voice into a story about the seniors, especially a guy like Richie. What are your impressions of that class looking back on it? Maybe it's a great memory. Maybe it's particular guys that were just integral into the success you guys enjoyed. You'll watch it if it eventually happens with Vanderbilt. What are your reflections and maybe strongest memories of being a part of that senior class? or that 2017 class?
Oh, I mean, gosh, man, love those guys. I mean, just so many great memories. Just so many football games, and it's not just, the things on the football field, it's the things off the field. The off seasons, the times hanging out, the Halloween parties, on the bye week. I mean, it's just, so many different things, that we did. And, one thing that I really remember, was Coach Smart. My freshman, sophomore, and junior year, he would put on kind of towards the end of the year, and he would talk about senior classes and total wins for the program. And I just remember sitting there, with the rest of the guys in the class and saying, I want to be that class, that has the most wins, in program history. So, I don't know exactly where that's at now, but that was always, in our minds of, wanting to be the most successful football class, in program history.
I think if they win out, that will be the most successful class if this
Wow.
team comes out.
Yeah, and that's incredible.
You have a good Richie story. It's funny. I mean, the bodies they're fine. Whatever you can share. I mean, what's the best Richie story that? I mean, I can't think of you. I mean, I've heard all the stories like he would be jawing at you in practice, saying, "I got one from you."
That's where I go. I mean, Richie's just Richie. He's competitive. He loves to talk. All the smack that you can handle. And I just honestly, I love competing against him in practice every single day. Whether I was having a good day, he was having a good day, or who was having a bad day. Just going at it. It was always full speed, 100%. And man, I loved it. I think he made me a lot better player. I don't think I'd be the same without him. And man, I love him. And I hope he gets the opportunity to go out and play one more time in a red jersey.
Jake, I know this was just a weird year for everybody, and a lot of the storybook moments that really never happened. Do you feel like you ever got a chance to say goodbye to Georgia? Like you didn't get this senior day, and I mean, heck, a lot of accomplishments, a lot of big things for Georgia you were a part of. I guess what sort of legacy do you think you left as a Georgia Bulldog quarterback? Or I know that's for guys like us to decide, but what do you hope people will remember your time at Georgia as?
Yeah. Gosh, I guess for me, I hope I left a mark and, hopefully pointed people to Jesus. Hopefully that, all the wins and, the success we had on the football field, as a leader and a guy, that was had a good impact on the community. I just, just really trying to uplift everybody and be the best human being I can be. And, I don't know, man. I love my time in Athens, and I don't want to trade it for the world.
All right, 11. Everybody's got a game. I mean, even Trevor Lawrence has got a game they wish they had back. Do you think there's going to be one that's just going to gnaw at you that you'll never forget, or you'll see it on ESPN Classic or SEC highlights, and you'll be like, man, I don't want to watch that. I mean, is there one game that's just like the proudest, but also the one that just eats at your craw?
I think you can always go back to the national championship game, my freshman year. And, just wish, you could have held on and finished, for just a little while longer. And, the opportunity that we had in 2018 in the SEC, championship game, what could have been the opportunity there, if we would have held on and won that game. So, I think those two are the biggest games in the big time moments. Just wish we would have held on a little bit longer, and it would have been nice to be called national champions.
What's the best memory? What's the best on-field memory? You got a few.
Yeah. I mean, there's a ton. I mean, we won an SEC championship game in 2017, won a Rose Bowl, and I think. I mean, even last year we won the sugar. Went down to New Orleans and won the Sugar Bowl. I mean, that was a tough year, and that was one that we kind of needed. And for me, it was super special.
Jake, I want to take you back. What I did like a week or two ago, because it came up on my timeline, is we said it's been 4 years since the Christmas videos. The ones with you guys were in Santa. I got this email because we were like. 4 years later, can you believe it's this long? I got this email and it said, thanks for the walk down memory lane with Christmas commitments. I watched those videos in the airport on the way from seeing my dying grandpa at what he called his goodbye party, his 94th birthday party. He said, those videos brought me joy during a sad time, and I will never forget that. I'll definitely, it's one of those, do you remember where you were when kind of moments. I mean, gosh, that's just freaking awesome. Do you look back? Have you heard about that from other folks? Have they mentioned it to you? Have they talked about it when you travel around the state? I mean, do you get the sense of how big those things were?
Yeah, I was just, when you were reading that, I mean, you just don't know the impact you have sometimes, and something, as little as a Christmas commitment video just has, everlasting impact at times. And I just think back, what an incredible memory, awesome time, man, it was super fun. We didn't know exactly what we were kind of getting done then. But, looking back at it now, 4 years later, what an incredible moment, and just think of all of the great things that came from it.
Still, that's your mom and dad's old house too, man. That was
fun. Yeah, I know.
What do you think about this season, man? Like, can you imagine being a Georgia player with no fans? Because I think fans are intertwined with all your best memories of being a Bulldog. I mean, what would that be like to be out there and kind of having to go through like a scrimmage day basically all the time?
Yeah, gosh, I just I think back to camp, those camp scrimmages, you're talking about, and you just see everybody's family kind of in certain spots, where they can find shade or where they could find a breeze, and man, that's different, and up here in Buffalo, I heard we have crazy fans up here, and just you still hadn't seen it yet. It's just a different kind of brand of football. And it's just not the same, and it's going to be so much more fun having fans back in the stadium, hopefully next year, and it's just going to be incredible when we get them back.
Have you thought about wanting to come back during an off week and maybe call the Dogs or something like that? Maybe coming back to Sanford Stadium. Have you thought about stuff like that yet?
Not yet, but I mean that would be awesome, no doubt. But would love to come back and see the Dogs play on Saturday. Who wouldn't?
Jake, I think you touched on this a minute ago, but like that first year, SEC title, Rose Bowl, right there knocking at the door. Does that kind of show you? I'm sure at that time you thought, man, we're going to work our tails off. We'll get back. We've got a special group. Did that kind of show you maybe how hard college football really is, that your best year arguably might have been your first year?
Yeah. That's, I would definitely agree there. When I was kind of going through things that freshman year, it's like, man, this is incredible. You're just going, you don't really know what's going on. You just know you're winning games, and you're playing in big time ball games. And I would definitely say, the next 2 years, you look back and like, wow, we had a really good football team, and sometimes you may have took things for granted in the moment, not realizing how hard it was, and it's hard to do, to be that special, in football over and over again. So it's just definitely tough to do, at any level, especially at the college level, and even harder up here at this level.
3 years as the starter, as the QB1. How would you describe how good and how hard it is to be the Georgia quarterback at the same time? I mean, you get catch a lot of scrutiny, catch a lot of eyes. I think it's sometimes maybe it'd be human for you to feel like a lot of this weight for a team game is on your shoulders. How would you describe maybe the highs and lows of being the Georgia football quarterback?
Yeah. First off, it's a huge honor and a huge responsibility, representing, the University of Georgia and the state of Georgia. We have a special brand. We have a special, just, family, and it was a huge blessing for me to be able to represent it. Growing up as a Georgia fan, just incredible. I would almost say my family probably enjoyed it, a little bit more than I did. But I loved it. I loved every minute of it. And definitely, it's definitely tough at times, because you do weigh a lot of it on you, the highs and the lows, and but it's still special. And just the position to represent, you love it, and all you want to do is just go out and win football games, and do things the right way.
I guess it's a two-part question here. Did you ever link up with JT Daniels at like a Manning Academy or
Actually, yes, at the MPA down in Louisiana. Sure did.
Was that after your freshman or sophomore year? Probably after Yeah, after he was healthy.
Yeah, it would have had to been going into my junior year that summer.
What did you think about him then, and what do you think about him now?
Yeah, I thought JT was awesome, and I just honestly I was surprised. Like, man, this guy's he's a good dude, and that was like, man, this guy he's the real deal. Can obviously sling a football, and super proud of him. The way he's leading, representing, and playing good ball right now. So, honestly, I didn't expect anything different. And glad he's healthy, and glad he's out leading the team well.
Jake, if this was a Madden game, I think your football IQ or intelligence would be a 99. Most people would think that. Did you get those same kind of vibes off JT? I mean, a cerebral, go up in the board and impress everybody type quarterback?
Yeah, no doubt. For sure. We didn't get, obviously down in the nitty gritty and, on the board and really getting to watch film and talk ball. But he definitely seems like he loves football. And, anyone who loves football, is going to know a lot about it and want to learn more about it.
Jake, do you have a favorite Kirby Smart memory? Do you ever see the situations now and going, oh man, I wonder what Kirby would be like now?
I love just honestly, I love it for him just to see, how competitive and just, kind of almost using the word stressed out at practice, just everything has to be, a certain way. And then getting to see him on game day. And then, when things are looking, kind of well and, guys are playing well. I mean, just to see him have the joy and the passion he does, it just, makes a player like, just really enjoy the moment. And I always, enjoyed that, about Coach, just how he'd be a kid just like us on game day, jumping up and down, and just honestly having a ball out there.
Jake, was that your that week? I think it caught a lot of attention when you, I guess you went to lunch with him a couple of times before the Florida game, your junior year, and then afterward. I mean, was that just a week where your relationship got a lot closer? You really got to know Coach Smart a little bit more?
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime you sit down and have an intimate conversation, over food, it's just going to help. And there's definitely a lot of bonding going on, that last year. And Coach Smart is the bomb, and he still texts me all the time, today. So I love him, and just super thankful that he was my coach for 3 years.
Looking back on all this, man, does it seem like it went by too fast? Does it seem like, oh my gosh, that's already 3-4 years ago? I mean, how fast is life going for you right now?
Fast. It blows by. High school blew by, college blew by, and even this year that I'm in now, it's just blowing by. So life goes by fast. Enjoy the moment you're in. Tell the people around you love them, because it really does fly by.
Jake, you got a message for anybody out there? I know you're always good at forming up your thoughts, and a lot of Georgia people will see this probably and read about it. But I mean,
yeah,
I guess you've kind of touched on it a little bit. But man, what does it still mean to be a Georgia Bulldog to you, man? I guess you'll carry that with you forever. What does that still mean to you?
It's something I'll cherish forever, for sure. And I loved every minute of it. Super thankful to be a part of it. One, just to be a part of the program. Two, to be a starting quarterback for 3 years. Huge blessing. And just a huge honor for me and my family. Would have traded for the world. Man, I loved it. And, if I can go back and do it again, I sure would.
Jake, man, hey, man, we appreciate you taking some time. I guess the next time we see you, you're going to look like you're in a shaving cream ad or something like that.
We'll see. It might be a just for men commercial or something. We'll see.
Gillette and Jake Fromm. Hey, 11. Hey, man, thanks for spending some time. We sure appreciate you having us.
Yeah, Jeff, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it.
How about that beard on Jake Fromm right there, man? Looks like he could hide a miniature duck call in that thing. Hope you're having a good, happy holidays. If you wanted to know what number 11, who won so many big games for Georgia, has been up to, well, there you go. The beard, the cold weather. What's he think about the Georgia offense? What does he think about JT Daniels? You know now what everybody else needs to know right now about Jake Fromm, the former great Georgia quarterback. You can only find it here on DawgNation.com.